All right, so fucking Thursday, right? I've lost count of my fucking days. Anyway, yeah. So this is gonna be a short one. I put it in the Guild Wars 2 category because, well, it concerns fucking Guild Wars 2, I guess. So look, I don't know. I felt like okay. Um, I need to address like the whole thing. Well, I'm not authority, so when I say address the whole thing, it sounds far more important than my station, that being, just a fucking voice on the internet, like many other guys and girls. And the difference between them and me is that, like, either I'm completely misinformed, as in I'm blind, I can't read, and I can't fucking Google for shit, which could be the case. Nothing is impossible. It could be the case. Or they're fucking wrong about Guild Wars 3. Like objectively wrong, like factually, fact checked wrong. And so whenever I've seen like somebody going on about how Guild Wars 3 is in development and it's confirmed and it's like funded and other weird keywords and buzzwords, make them sound like they know what the fuck they're talking about. It's I kind of like cringe at this point because it seems to be the dominant news, right? And you see those channels like popping up and like, oh yeah, first impressions. By the way, Guild Wars 2 dead, Guild Wars 3 coming, but still first impression, guys. Or reviews that don't really qualify as reviews because the people reviewing are just honestly not even on the map when it comes to Guild Wars 2. Like they don't even play the game for that long. So I don't even know, but they're trying to do these weird reviews, right? Um, and that's the thing. That's fine. I understand that. But my problem starts when people are going like, "Oh yeah, as you all know, Guild Wars 3 is on the it's on the horizon." No, it's not. So I can't. I fucking can't. And so I thought, why don't I just bring to everyone's attention like something very interesting, which like is this basically, and let's just zoom in a little, right? And this is like official sources. Like this is literally like, it's an official response. Like all this shit is official. To my understanding, okay? And to the best of my knowledge, and again, I'm not infallible, obviously. This is also the latest. Like there's been nothing else unless you wish to count the opinions and conjecture and mental gymnastics of, at least 5 or 6 content creators. One of them a major one as well, which, they finally replied to my comment, telling me that, ANet nowhere states, the things that I've been saying about industry. And so I thought, since commenting on that video is problematic, probably for YouTube reasons, I guess. I don't want to assume anything else. I have no reason to assume anything else. I thought, why not make a very short stream about it? And oh hey, hi, what? Fabila? Is that how you pronounce that? Fabila? Fabu? Okay, yeah, Fabu. Oh god, that's a cute name. That's a cute name, and you got a cute icon. That is way too good. Hi there. Um, all right. Where was I? Yeah, so let's see what our ANet says, right? Because what everyone else says, you're a new player. Yeah, that's good. Do you enjoy are you enjoying your game so far? A WoW player, huh? I see. I've been an everything player at this point. When it comes to the major three MMOs, I've spent quite a lot of time in Final Fantasy, especially, and I've spent some time in World of Warcraft as well, Legion, and then Dragonflight. I skipped, I skipped the bad part, and launch, of course, core or vanilla or whatever it's called. You start with BFA. What a rough start! Oh my god. Yeah, Legion is honestly Legion was good. Lich King I wasn't around, but I went through it when I was playing, and I was like, yeah, I would have loved being around that, but yeah, I missed that one. Damn, game is hard. Oh, what? Guild Wars 2? You find Guild Wars 2 hard? Oh no, no, okay. Oh, World of Warcraft, okay. Hmm, I don't know how it is post Dragonflight, but like I didn't have an issue with it. I think Dragonflight was pretty friendly to like, to people like me. So to casual gamers that just jumped in and tried. But I don't know about the rest. Legion was confusing for me when I went into it. But then again, I had a lot of like backlog, so that was also a problem. Oh, I see. No need for dungeons. Oh, okay. Yeah, a middle solution would be better where you can just grab a friend and go. That would be nice. Just any friend. Anyway, about Guild Wars and the whole Guild Wars 3 thing. So again, this is like to the best of my knowledge, right? The most recent announcement and the only official one. And it pretty much, well, it says, like, should I read it for you, you think? Not you specifically, Fabu, just in general, I'm talking now. I think I should probably read it. So essentially, as an active game studio, we're always doing internal exploratory work. That is normal, okay? For possible future titles we'd want to create. However, we have nothing to confirm. That's the important part. The focus is on Guild Wars 2, including the game's expansion, right? That was 1 year ago. They were talking about Other Wilds here, I assume. Then we also have a summary, which is, as of this moment, Guild Wars 3 had not been approved and is not being developed. It is in the review stage where, the parent company, NCSoft, may decide to greenlight it and start development. May, right? And we haven't had any news, or at least none that I could find, where, NCSoft goes, oh, yeah, about that. Now it's greenlit. I haven't found anything, honestly. So, if you have, and it's an actual official source, and not conjecture, and not your, local neighborhood fucking YouTuber going insane, please, just let me know, and I'll go and have a look, even on a stream. I don't mind. Um, there is not going to be a Guild Wars 3. That's what I'm reading right now, you see. There isn't a Guild Wars 3. That's what this is saying. This is the official statement. So what happened was Guild Wars 3 was name dropped during an SC shareholder meeting, which is normal to do that. That happens, okay? If you got a fucking game, you're gonna be like, yeah, what about continuing that game to a sequel? That's an idea. Of course it's gonna be thrown at the table, right? And that's all it was. There's no active development. It's in the review stage, which means that they are basically undecided as of yet whether that would be worth doing or not. And we haven't had news ever since. All right. Uh, On the contrary, ANet has already confirmed multiple Guild Wars 2 expansions, actively in development, so there is no end, at least for the near future. So, yeah, they have already announced at the time, so Janther Wilds and the next one, they had already planned that, right? And they are in development. Of course, we know that Janther Wilds was in development, and we know that another expansion is coming, so this pretty much checks out. And then they share, even if Guild Wars 3 started development today, so that's 1 year ago, it would be several years of development before a release, if it could even release this decade. This fucking decade. Do you see this word? This fucking decade. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, this decade. So then they categorically say it is not starting development anyways. So they say that because the idea is being reviewed, there is every possibility that it will be shut down and does not happen, as the gaming industry is very volatile and investments are low. And these are the facts. I'm highlighting the text for, I don't know, people who dispute. These are the facts. All right? There's nothing else to say. So when you go to your favorite YouTuber, I don't know, Darren's or whatever, or you know, all the other YouTubers that are like in the camp of Guild Wars 3 is in development, is funded, is all these fucking buzzwords. Okay, just stop, I guess, watching, because that particular video, and I'm not attacking the person or the channel, just the particular video, right, is simply misinformation, like objectively. And the problem is that, okay, so in their defense, some of them go like, oh, this is my, conspiracy theory, blah, blah, blah. Just like Darren's video where he says a crazy conspiracy. Indeed, that's what it is, a crazy fucking conspiracy and nothing else. But when you defend it for being facts, now you're spreading misinformation, because even though you title your video, my take on Guild Wars 3, even if you title your video like something completely irrelevant, and then in there you somehow shoehorn something that you think is real about Guild Wars 3, at that point, that's misinformation. Okay, so I thought, maybe a short stream, right? To settle this once and for all. And hey, it was very easy to search. And it's very ironic because, in particular, in Data's video about it, towards the end, where he speaks about his disclaimers, like he has a disclaimer session, right? Section, sorry. Right at the end, he does show you some other post as well, which I also found very easily, which is like, guys, just so you don't lose your heads, there's no Guild Wars 3 coming. Like in bold, huge letters like this. Or something of that sort, right? So even he himself found the sources, he's just like refusing to accept them? I don't know. It's within everyone's right to say, I don't believe our ANet, I think they're lying. Or I just don't believe the official statement. I think it's wrong, even though it's an official statement. I think it's wrong. You can say that, and that's your right. But you also have to say it in a way that doesn't state it as fact, doesn't present it as a solid fact, because the only facts that we know are these that I just read. I could be wrong, okay? I could be wrong. Something that I don't hear these other YouTubers saying, by the way. But I personally haven't found and haven't been shown, and also haven't seen on those videos or anywhere else any information that contradicts all of this. Official information, like more recent than this. I just haven't. I'm sorry. So if I'm stupid, you can just hit me with a link or something, right? Or bring it up on the comments of this video on YouTube when it goes on YouTube, and link me to like an actual source, because we're trying to be kind of like fact checking. We have to have some responsibility about what we're talking, right? And I guess I got pissed off enough that like Darren's even replied to my comment eventually, even though the comment then was again not visible. But then again, it was visible, and then I tried to reply as well with this source, with this actual URL right here, and the comment just wasn't there anymore as well. Like I don't even know what's happening in that comment section. I don't even fucking know. All I know is that like, yeah, I see my post, then I don't. Then I get a reply from two people. One of them, ironically, calls me out for misforming people, which is okay. That's interesting. And then the other reply is from Darren himself, and they're both refuting what I told them, which is more or less this, but paraphrased. I did leave another comment where I was like, I don't know where my comments are going. Maybe I'm stupid or something. Okay, I don't fucking know. But I said I don't know where my comments are going. If it's a YouTube issue, then delete the duplicates or something. I don't fucking know. But here is my source, and then I link them here, right? And please, just fucking tell me how am I wrong and you're right. Just objectively, like how is that happening? Like, please explain to me how the fuck that is going on. Like, by what fucking warped reality is this not facts, but what his mind is cooking is actually facts, even though he does start the video as this is my crazy conspiracy. But then we end up with him like saying, okay, no, this is what's happening, there's no, refuting this is just crazy. Like, why are you refuting something that is like coming out of the fucking mouth of our ANet? I mean, you can say I don't believe them. Yeah, okay. But that's your fucking opinion, my dude. That's from that point on, it's just like a he said, she said kind of thing. The fact is that these are the last official things we have, and there is no Guild Wars 3. It's simple as fucking that. Okay? And now, sorry for baiting you with the title where, I titled my fucking stream here about Guild Wars 3. Well, it is about Guild Wars 3 in the sense that it doesn't fucking exist. It's not a thing. Okay? So, I guess it's fair game that I named it like that. So, yeah. I don't know what else to tell you. It's 20 minutes worth of a stream, and I'll be honest with you, I do have like a fucking lot on my plate right now, in real life, which will conclude tomorrow, for the better or worse. And I'll probably have like also something to share with you about that, about what's gonna happen in my life and how that might affect my streaming or all that. But the point is, I've got enough on my plate, and I'm very stressed about tomorrow being the day that I'll get those news. I just wanted to just do a short stream today. Just really short, and that's it. That's all there is about it. I'm sorry. No gameplay, no nothing. I just urge you, if you're a Guild Wars 2 player, I urge you to just read this and understand for yourself where at least like 5, I want to say, channels on YouTube that are doing Guild Wars stuff are literally just spreading misinformation about this. If I'm wrong, just fucking throw me a link to an official ANet statement, such as this one, where they say, oh, it's been a year or whatever since we announced it. Yeah, it's on. Just show me a link where ANet is actually saying that. Like in English, like actual fucking official statement, And I expect these statements not to be in some obscure site. I expect them to be at least like this, with a source to the original article as well. Like, show me something that is like real, right? Show me something real. I'm showing you something real. Show me something real if you're gonna fight me on this one, If you don't got nothing real, you can believe whatever the fuck you want. I'm not gonna interfere with your beliefs, okay? You can believe or not believe whatever the fuck you want. But if we're talking official statements and facts, this is it. This is it. You can choose to accept it or not. You can choose to go and just tell people that Guild Wars 3 is coming out. Just you're a bit of an ass for doing that, is my opinion. You're a bit of an ass if you're doing that, because you're actually misinforming people. But what you can do is tell people, I personally think ANet is lying, and we are getting a Guild Wars 3 according to my opinion. You can say that. But going out and fucking doomsaying, that's embarrassing for you, first of all, because doomsaying in general, it's a little bit, it's a bit cringy. Um, and worse if you're like going around presenting this as facts and saying, oh, ANet said this, ANet said that, which is exactly what all these videos are doing, or these like content creators are doing. You should be ashamed of yourself. That's my hot take. I personally don't like misinforming. I don't like misinformation in general. I take issue with that. I take issue with like legitimate distorting facts and twisting words. I don't care if it's about Guild Wars. I don't care if it's Final Fantasy or whatever it is. But like literally twisting words and like trying to make things fit your narrative and then presenting it as fact. I mean, it's okay if you title your video like bullshit that I think about when I take shit in the bathroom with no facts. That's fine. And then say, I think that Guild Wars 3 is coming. And it's another thing to even name your video like something completely irrelevant or something like, oh, I know I'm crazy, but like into this. And then try to present your stupid theory about Guild Wars 3 and say, this is what's happening. And when I give you these facts on your fucking comments, you go, never happened, I don't care. It's the equivalent of like putting your hands on your ears and going la 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 la, I can't hear you. Like seriously. That is embarrassing. I'm sorry. And it's not even me saying stuff. It's like fucking ArenaNet saying that stuff. So yeah, whatever, dude. I don't know. I just want to make this video to clear things up about this shit. Obviously, I don't mean to like tell you what to do about in all seriousness now, right? I don't mean to tell you what to do with your time and whom to watch and whom to trust or what to believe or anything. I'm just doing one simple thing, which is basically, these are the facts, here they are, do whatever the fuck you want with that information. Consider not being an ass and spreading misinformation, because there are actual facts in here. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm not attacking a person. I'm not like shit talking. I'm just like, and even if it sounds targeted towards Darren's, it's only because, he did reply to me eventually. And again, I will say that my comment just disappearing and reappearing is like so weird to me. But whatever, I'm not even implying anything. I'm saying it's annoying because I can't have a conversation. I tried to repost it with this like link here, like linking to this fucking article. I don't even know if that's there or if it's gonna stay there. Who the fuck knows? But that's why I focus on Darren's, because that's where Darren's replied, another person replied, and I did try to reply back. So it's fresh in my head. Is what I'm trying to say. It's not specific to that. There are more. Unfortunately, there are more channels that cover Guild Wars 2 that have been going, oh my god, it's dead, and Guild Wars 3 is coming. Oh my god, it's already here. So don't think this is targeted or personal, And even though in my previous stream I did state that, yeah, on a personal level, I personally, subjectively, don't vibe with like Darren's like let's say and presentation, which includes like his on-screen appearance or whatever. But that is irrelevant, and that is just my taste, okay? Which I'm allowed to say, I'm allowed to express that. It's not an attack, okay? I do respect the person for whatever the fuck they're doing or whatever. I don't respect that video of theirs, particularly, the part where they're saying about Guild Wars 3 and all that shit, because that's misinformation, 100%. Everything else, whatever. I didn't even bother with, honestly. I did watch that video on my previous stream, I think, and I did speak more subjectively about the whole thing, but I felt, in general, to take it away from Darren's channel and that video in particular, in general, there is like so many people doing this shit. Oh, Guild Wars 3 is alive. It's live and like it's published already. Guild Wars 4 is in development. And I'm personally developing Guild Wars 10 in my basement, by the way. So, hit me up for like pre-orders and shit. Platinum edition, gold, fucking diamond editions, like anything you want. I got it for you, you know. I can fucking peddle that shit to you. What are you buying, you know? But beyond that, and you know, beyond joking about it, that's literally that's all I wanted to say. Like, I don't know what kind of fucking demon is in you that you would go around saying, "Oh, but Guild Wars 3 is coming," and stating it as fact on a fucking video, but you haven't even checked like this, which took me 5 seconds to Google. 5 seconds back then, 5 seconds now, because you know that was like, do you have a link to what you're saying? And I was like, yeah, here you are, you know, yoink that shit, pasted it in there. I can't find my comment now. Maybe it's there now. Who the fuck knows? I give up. I don't care about that fucking comment section, like things disappearing left and right. I don't fucking care why they disappear or not. It's just clunky at this point. You know, I'm not gonna bother. But I will bother to make this stream and like have it here. You know, and I will bother posting this shit on my YouTube channel, and then that's it. So, you know, take what people say. I mean, I can't believe that I need to say this. Take what people say with a grain of salt, because even I may be wrong right now. Even as I speak, maybe there is an official ANet source that somehow eludes me, that confirms like that Guild Wars 3 is in development, but I haven't seen such a thing, and I did search. And again, maybe I'm fucking stupid. Who the fuck knows? But I didn't find anything. All I found was this. This is the only statement, only official source, officially fucking approved, you know, straight from the, what do you call, the horse's mouth, or whatever you call the thing, you know, whatever the expression is. These are the words of the horse. That's it. That's what came out of their mouth. This is it. It has been for a while. There's no news. There's nothing. There's only rumors and conjecture that begins from irresponsible content creators, either ones that are like noticing that there is a rise in like Guild Wars 2 videos for whatever reason, probably doomsaying, and they try to chime in and say, yeah, I tried it for like 30 minutes, it was very cool, also Guild Wars 3 out. It's fucking cancerous to do that, honestly. That is like so stupid. That is so stupid. And it just pissed me off. And you know what? I'm not in the best mood lately. Again, because of all the shit going down in real life. And I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna vent some steam. I'm gonna fucking rant a little bit, right? Because it's fucking crazy. Ugh. And I'm done. That's it. That's what I want to tell you. And it's been half an hour and you don't need more. And neither do I. But that said, if tomorrow things work out and I'm, you know, I'm kind of realistically optimistic about it, then maybe, you know, I can stream again and tell you what happened and all that shit, and then, you know, maybe we'd chill a little or something. But I'm personally done covering. Wow, that's the wrong word. I'm done watching with you on stream Guild Wars 2 related videos. I'm done, because every single one so far, sooner or later, is like, oh well, it's dead. Basically, yeah, Guild Wars 2, it's dead. It's dead. 100% dead. Confirmed dead. And also Guild Wars 3 is coming tomorrow. Like every fucking single one. Like I can't watch Guild Wars 2 videos because every fucking content creator is infected with this apparently viral fucking sort of stupidity when it comes to this thing. I don't even know. So I'm done. I just it drives me away personally. So I don't think I will ever be watching with you any more Guild Wars 2 videos. It's insane. Like I just cringe at it, and it makes me like have a bad time hearing all this shit all the time. So yeah, there you go. Not covering anymore, so to speak. Okay. But exactly because of that, I just wanted to repeat that, like, you know, not to repeat, but to make this this statement, I guess, you know, via my stream, and show it to you as well, you know. And you can find this post very easily, I promise you. Just type on Google something like official ArenaNet statement about Guild Wars 3. Something that's very close to what I typed, and it was like this result, and below that result, there were like 50 morons talking about how it's confirmed. Uh, yeah, yeah, amazing, huh? Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess you can subscribe to anyone's theories. All I'm asking is like, call them that and stop presenting them as fact, or rather, stop, stop like not saying, avoiding, you know, stating that it's just conjecture and mental gymnastics. At least state that. You know, be honest. This is don't take this info seriously. It's like it's what I'm thinking about Guild Wars 3 because you know the facts say the opposite. But I just want to like speculate, for example. You know, be honest. Be fucking honest. It's not hard to do. It's really not hard to do. And there's no excuse such as, well, I didn't say what I said was facts. Yeah, no. That is like so fucking disingenuous. You're gonna say that like Guild Wars 3 is in development, and you think that because you're not explicitly saying that this is facts, that you're escaping from like responsibility for what you said? I don't think so, buddy, because here's the official statement and you're like wrong, you know? But everyone can, again, like, I feel I have to stress this. Everyone can have an opinion, right? You can have the opinion that, like, all this is wrong. As long as you know it's your opinion, completely baseless, you just, for some reason, you want to believe it. That's your right. Go and believe it. Just don't pass it around as information. And don't casually avoid saying, uh, you know, calling it what it is, essentially. Don't casually avoid saying, yeah, let me remind you, this, you know, this is my crazy conspiracy theory. Nothing of this is grounded. And then when I present with the facts, when I present the facts in the comment section, for example, or anyone else for the matter, don't come at me with like nothing of what you said is real, Kek. Like it is. It's right here. It's right the fuck here. I don't fucking know. I'm personally not gonna like bother replying to Darren's, and I'm not gonna bother watching any other creators, you know, videos about Guild Wars 2. It's yeah, it's sad because I don't know. It's just sad in my opinion, honestly. Whatever. Kuro Hacks followed me, huh? Thanks. I really appreciate it. Did you escape my tirade? Some common sense? Yeah, I mean, right? What the fuck? I don't know. I was just saying that shit. I don't know. You dragged me rant? Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It's a short rant. It's just TLDR. I'm expecting some really important real life news tomorrow. I'm stressed as fuck and my mood is shit. But I just, you know, I guess, you know, the whole thing is rubbing me the wrong way the last few days. And there's too many videos about Guild Wars 3 and how Guild Wars 3 is dead. And I just kind of like fucking exploded. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna stream for like a bit and like address it. Right? Because no one else will. Everyone else is just parroting whatever the channel content creator is saying. Where they're going like, yeah, no, it's true, it's true. So and so said it, it's true. Like, and this is also why I'm gonna be leaving. Like, I'll be leaving this, or not. I will be. I've been leaving this like for you to read while I'm talking as well. Um, I'm playing Guild Wars 2 since release, Guild Wars 3, and coming with. I mean, I can give you the exact statement about that because it's right here. Even if Guild Wars 3 started development today, meaning last year, that's where the post is from, it would be several years if it could even release this fucking decade. Not 3-4 years, we're doing a decade here. Casual guesstimate of ANet, official words. And it's not starting development today. But no, all these hotshot creators are like, no, my word is like gospel. I am telling you, Guild Wars 3 is upon us. Bring out your accounts and deliver them to the cleansing flames and prepare your body. Like, what the fuck? Like, for real, just calm down, calm your fucking tits. Seriously. And I have tits, like, Jesus Christ. My tits are calm. They should calm theirs. To be fair, they're not calm. I'm annoyed by this. I'm actually mad at this shit. Also, hi there, Kurohax and Venirto. Welcome. It's unfortunate that I drew your attention for such a short, like, stream. Guild Wars 2 took ANet about 6 years, and that was back when studios would make new AAA game every 2 years. Well, I'm not gonna even go into speculation because I have no idea about game development. But what I do know is like the stated facts, you know. Anyone waiting for Guild Wars 3 might as well wait for GTA 7. Yeah, agreed. I mean, they're telling you right here, decade. That was last year, meaning probably 9 years, which is not to say it's confirmed because it hasn't been confirmed. All that happened, it's right in here. All that happened is that at the shareholder table, somebody very reasonably suggested, what about continuing Guild Wars, you know, and going up to 3? That's all that happened. And that shit was reviewed and we don't have any answers since then. You know? And that's basically it. There is nothing to confirm. It says right here, it's in the review stage. And Csoft may decide to greenlight it at one point, but we don't have news. Like, there is nothing. Right? There's nothing. So combine that with this about the decade, and I just don't understand why people are saying it's confirmed because, well, wow, look at this shit. It's almost like magic. It's almost like you can type words in a fucking search engine and it finds you relevant. To me, like, yeah, this is magic for sure. Too high level for like your average content creator. Too fucking high level magic. You know, this is like quantum physics of magic over here, you know? But anyway, you know, being the high level witch that I am, there you go. As of this moment, Guild Wars 3 has not been approved and is not being developed. It's like, it's how can you misread this as, yeah, it's approved, it's done, it's in development, it's funded. The new favorite buzzword is funded, by the way. Being funded, guys. Yeah, it's being funded. Oh my god, I don't fucking know how people like get these ideas, quite honestly. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna close with like again lamenting the fact that you joined for such a short stream. But I can't unfortunately devote much more time. I'm trying to distract myself from not thinking about tomorrow. It's gonna be a pivotal point for me, that's the thing. Read headlines of rumors and take it as fact. Yeah, they do, but my beef is not with like somebody who just, you know, gets kind of like bamboozled by news, because I also get bamboozled sometimes. My beef is with like content creators lately, Guild Wars 2 content creators lately, not the big names, not the very big names. We're talking about, you know, smaller channels. Yeah, they should be fact-checking their statements. They should definitely be fact-checking their statements. Peddling it as facts for yeah. Yeah. I mean, it gets you clout, right? I mean, you read Guild Wars 3 on my fucking stream, and there you are now. Like, it caught you like fucking honey, you know? It's about Guild Wars 3. Which, to be fair, I'm actually quite honest, because it is about Guild Wars 3 not existing. You know? Yeah, no, I baited you. I'm sorry. I baited you, and not in a sexual way either. So that's on me, I guess. I'll make it up for you. Don't worry. I don't know. I'll bait you otherwise one other day. Okay. So happy surprise. Yeah, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. It was an unhappy surprise when, you know, I went to check again, like what I've been saying. I went to check like Darren's video, and I think Darren's is not like a small channel when it comes to Guild Wars 2. Not the biggest, not small though. And they're also saying he's also saying, oh yeah, by the way, it's in development. In the same video, though, he has a section at the end where he does show one similar article to this. So how does that work? And when I comment under that, like, hey, you're basically misinforming people with this. There is no Guild Wars 3. And he goes like, nah, bro, nah, nah. Of course there is. Yeah, there's nothing. Like, he literally turned around and told me that everything that I'm saying just doesn't exist. So what is this then? Is this my imagination? Anyway, again, it's not personal with Darren's. It's just that, like, he replied, and I commented under his video, and that's why I'm focused on that, but not for any other reason. Could have been any other creator who, replied to me telling them, because I've done that. I've gone and like typed in the comments like source please for Guild Wars 3. Like please source for Guild Wars 3. Where is that, huh? No replies ever. Because there is no source. There's nothing at all. My God. I'm very passionate about it. I mean, I'm sorry for yelling as well. I'm very passionate about it. I do like Guild Wars 2. But, I get passionate about it. Anyway, yeah, as I said, I don't... it's done a lot of damage. Yeah, it has. Yeah, it really has. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. Type everything you want to type, and I will read it while I'm away. Wait, did I say while I'm away? I meant while I'm away, you can type, and I'll read it when I'm back. And I'm back. Hi. And this is also part of what infuriates me when it comes to this. It's not like it's not like Guild Wars 2. For all the love I have for it, it doesn't have the momentum and the weight behind it that like Final Fantasy or World of Warcraft do. So word of mouth does it a lot of damage. Just like you said, more so than Final Fantasy, more so than World of Warcraft. It does damage it a lot. I mean, if anything, its success with Xanthir, right? Like, and the End of Dragons and all that shit, that was word of mouth more than it was marketing from ArenaNet. I mean, it's no secret that ArenaNet just doesn't really know how to push the game, marketing-wise. They're doing the basics. It's like they're reading out of a fucking textbook. Which, yeah, it's humble. It's humble. But it's also very, like, mediocre as an attempt. What are you saying, Venny? ArenaNet is definitely making something. They had openings looking for people familiar. Yeah, I've read that, of course. I have noticed that. However, that's within the last 2 years, right? This article is from last year. It kind of doesn't check out that it would be like, unless you think they're so stupid or lying out their teeth, where they would be like, oh yeah, we're not building Guild Wars 3, but we're also hiring to build Guild Wars 3, guys. Like, they would not do that. You can like, ArenaNet is consistently inconsistent. ArenaNet is shit at balancing skills, but you can't, like, I don't think it's on that level. I'm sorry. I just don't think it's on that level. I don't think they would go on a limb and say, not on a limb, but they go on a fucking podium right here and say, hey, there is no Guild Wars 3. It's not even, it was an idea, and that's it. It's an idea, it got discussed, it's not greenlit, it's not in development. There you go. So it would be very surprising if suddenly, well, we're looking for that. It would be very surprising, sorry. Yeah, of course not against that. Yeah, I'm not arguing. Let's not mix our bugs here, okay? Let's not put the eggs with the fucking oranges here. I'm not saying they're not making something. I'm not discussing about what they're doing in general. All I'm arguing here, my debate, right? My position is, and I'm dying on that hill because this is the info we have, and it's not mutually exclusive with them looking for more games to produce or other projects. These things aren't mutually exclusive. But my debate is that there is nothing at all that points at Guild Wars 3 being in development, slash funded, slash greenlit, slash anything. There is nothing. They have nothing to confirm. Like literally the words, nothing to confirm. There's nothing there, right? That's my debate. Now, are they working on something else? Yeah, perhaps. I don't know. It looks like they are, or that they want to. But whatever it is, it's not Guild Wars 3. Whatever it is, it's not Guild Wars 3. If it is Guild Wars 3, I will make the longest, most humiliating, but also honest apology video you've ever seen in your fucking life. And I'm gonna make sure it's like pinned on my YouTube channel as well. That's that's my take on it. I don't think they're developing anything else except when it comes, yeah, game companies make games, exactly. What is weird about that? But even the timeline doesn't check out, right? When they started hiring for that new project is around the time, or more or less around the time when they said there is no Guild Wars 3. Like literally, so it doesn't really check out though. I can see why somebody could be like, they're hiring, and there were rumors. Aha, they're making Guild Wars 3. I can see how someone can see that, I guess. But it's being directly refuted by these statements over here. Like directly refuted, so it's not that. Most of MMOs that came out after Guild Wars had 1 to graphical upgrades. Yeah, that is also very true. You have to remember that ANet did something similar. Okay, alright, yeah, sure. I can wait for like 2 minutes. There's no problem. In fact, it gives me time to do something that I want. So BRB as well, just real quick again. I'll be back after that break. No, just since Benito was invited in the conversation, but he got hit with ads, I was like, I'll wait. I will not say anything important. I'll just wait and kill time. Sadly, I can't do anything about ads. I chose to have them like for 2 minutes an hour, and that's it. Yeah, cool, okay. So we do have another hour of conversation then, ad free. I wonder, like, you don't know if it's the same? In what sense? Ad break over for you. Cool, welcome back. This feels like I'm a teacher and you're like my students and you go on that break. The bell rang and you're out of the class. Just having your lunch and then coming back and shit. Oh my god, I fucking hate school. I hated it then and I still hate it right now, I'm not gonna lie. Fucking break PTSD. So, okay, let's catch up again. Yeah, I was saying then about the graphical update. So here's the thing. There's two schools of thought about this. The first school of thought is some salty veterans on the forums where if you mention a new engine or if you mention a graphic upgrade, they're gonna fucking rip you apart. They are going to rip you apart. You're gonna die. Like you're gonna get dogpiled. For real. I don't know why that is or why they're so fucking, zealous about it, but it seems to be kind of a taboo, I guess, at this point. That's the first school of thought, if you can call it that. The second one is that because everyone hates more stable, higher FPS. Yeah, of course. Who the fuck wants? Hey, who the fuck wants that? Let me run Guild Wars on my fucking onboard graphics card. Gotta make it work for the money that I paid for it. What the fuck? Rip out my fucking Nvidia card and just like go all natural. Use the onboard one. Fuck it. But yeah, the other school of thought is like maybe it can happen. You know, if you look at Steam forums for Guild Wars 2, there are people shitting on the game in like 10 plus posts a day. Listen, no, thank you. I stopped looking at Reddit. Okay, I stopped looking at Reddit. The last time I looked at Reddit for Guild Wars 2 was a discussion about Bladesworn. I'm not going into that. It was a complete and utter shit show. Um, and I'm about to stop looking at the official forums as well because last time I was there, I personally posted about, gifts of exploration regarding that anyway. I was like, hey, why do we have to do hearts? Because like hearts are not exploration, they're just local quests. So it doesn't make sense to me in a way that we have to do that as opposed to like exploring. When, for example, the equivalent, which is a gift of battle, right? You can literally AFK that shit. And capturing a fort or something is something that just happens organically while you're in world versus world. That's why you're there. So it happens organically. But when you're out there exploring, hearts don't happen, organically. They're just nuisances after the first 50 times that you've done them, you know? So I suggested that like it doesn't make sense. Maybe complete events on a map, that would be better because events are far more active and more dynamic and you just go in, kill some stuff, you have fun, then you continue exploring. Hearts can be tedious. Assume this weird form and press the weird buttons. Um, Arm yourself with a weird gun that does some bullshit stuff, and then it's nobody wants to do that like 50,000 times. Come on, that's not organic. That's space breaking, and that's what I was arguing. And let me tell you, the typical like 50,000 post veterans came in and they were like, nah, you should shut up. Like literally, the one guy who was like, hey, this is how things are. It's pointless to ask for something else. Are you fucking calcified in your brain? Are you a fucking Nautilus or something? Like fossilized? Like this guy is anathema to the god of chains. Like this guy, this guy literally pre-packs his meals like for the next year, and he doesn't want to change these fucking dishes that he's having. That's the kind of person we're talking about. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna fight that. Fuck it, I'm not gonna fight it. You guys are fine with that. That's fine. I was just asking, why the fuck is it that way? Because it doesn't make sense. And then I got the best reply ever. And the best reply ever was like somebody telling me, look, we are in the mists, therefore the past and the present is distorted, which means that your other character is the same as your other character, which means that you're basically helping yourself by doing cards. And I was like, what the fuck am I reading? What are these, like, what? I was like, what are you saying? Like, are you fucking insane? Like, what's going on? And so, I think I'm not gonna be watching those forums either. And now these guys on YouTube just literally every day just going like, oh, Guild Wars is coming, Guild Wars is dead. Like, I don't want to watch that either. Holy shit. That's it. Sad. The general rule is that happy people aren't posting forums, they're just playing the game. Yeah, that's true. I will agree with that, yeah. I know for a fact that when I'm unhappy with something in the game, I'm posting on the forums. So there is truth to that rule. Let me tell you that. But even when I have like some genuine fucking question, like why do we have to do hearts for fucking Gift of Exploration, dude? It's like they're going for the throat. They're trained attack dogs at this point. They're fucking trained attack dogs. They sniff that post out and then they shit all over you, and that's it. It's insane. Every fucking game. I remember back when I started Final Fantasy. Um, it was during Shadowbringers, at the end of Shadowbringers, and I was maining Samurai, right? Because I was there was no other weapon that I liked. The Dragoon was way too fancy, even though it had the best weapon in my opinion, like Spear. It's a good weapon actually. Um, I like Spears, so but I didn't like Dragoon, so I went to Samurai. So anyway, that's beyond the point. And I posted like on the official forums. I was like, hey, that defensive that we have, like that mitigation that we have, that active mitigation, that weird like little bubble that lasts for like 2 seconds, and then if you get hit during the 2 seconds, that's how it worked back then, by the way. It doesn't work like that anymore. Then you got some free move that was like subpar DPS move. And I said, so why do we have that? Because it's kind of useless. And I shit you not, I got banned. I shit you not, I got banned. That was the last time I checked the official forums. I literally got banned. Because I dared. Keep in mind, Shadowbringers, end of Shadowbringers was literally fucking prohibition period, right? It's a fucking prohibition in the States or something, okay? If you said anything negative about the game, about a skill, about anything, you were done. You were fucking ostracized. You were a heretic. I literally got banned for questioning the functionality of that stupid mitigation. Anyway, what are you saying? I think 100% world completion in 2012 was taking a while. Now with flying mounts, you could probably wrap it in 2 days. Yeah. You can. You can. You can do that. My let's say comfortable rate is about 2 to 3 maps per session. Each session being 1 day, not the whole day, but like I sit down and I go, I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm just gonna do three, 4 maps. That fucking exhausts me. It deletes me. It makes me want to, like, I don't know, eat my monitor or something. I'm grinding my fucking face on the keyboard. Like I'm just melting. My brain is melting out of my ears. And the reason for that isn't exploration itself. It's the fucking hearts. They're obnoxious. They're fucking obnoxious. They shouldn't be a part of it. I understand events, maybe, finish the points of interest, finish the vistas, finish this, finish that, whatever the waypoints, all of that shit, yes, okay. And then also do 5 events in each map. Like, that would be the equivalent of the world versus world thing, right? Because there are no hearts in world versus world. but there are like take the fort or this and that, events basically events mechanically, right? So for the gift of exploration shouldn't require the hearts, it should require events in an area. Easy. So that's all. That was all my argument. I wasn't even arguing that like it takes too long. It does this. It does that. Like numerically speaking, it doesn't take too long. It's just that like why fucking inconvenience us so much with hearts? That's the question, because they're not convenient at all. And I wasn't even being rude or anything. I just genuinely said I don't think this should be the case. I don't think it makes sense, even lore wise. Because if lore wise, helping an old lady in a village, that's not exploring the world. Like literally, that's. Are you telling me that if I open a shop, right, and that's my heart, okay? My heart is like owning a shop, and customers come in, and I serve them. That's heart in real life, okay? So you're telling me if I do that, that's world exploring. That is like is gonna broaden my horizons about like the country I live in and adjacent countries. What? It just doesn't make sense to me. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Anyway, from your outsider perspective, Final Fantasy fan base is a cult. Yeah, but that's also a point, right? That's also what you're saying now is a point. These hearts are the oldest content. They are. That's what I was talking about when I said they have like these core Tyria hearts are all about pick up a weird device that does a weird thing, turn something into something else, or you turn into something else, and then you have to go and do some tedious fucking chores that would have taken you like literally 3 seconds to do if you didn't have to change forms or anything else. And yeah, obviously they dropped them, and when they reintroduced them, they improved hearts. They weren't that fucked up, you know. And even in Xanthir Wilds, my god, the hearts there were horrendous. They were horrendous, and people complained, and they kind of like they streamlined them, right? And that's fine. I wouldn't mind like hearts like that, but the original hearts, like core Tyria ones, holy shit, it makes me want to cry. Um, but yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy fan base being a cult is something I've covered like in at least like a handful of streams, whether they were Final Fantasy related or not, because it's been like a pet peeve of mine. Like that fucking community is like crazy to me. They're all fucking insane. Sorry. Um, so yeah, yeah, it does have a lot of issues. That's true. That's true. Well, I don't know if it's an improvement. I don't know if this is going to offer you any consolation. But now Final Fantasy's, player base, they're not as much a cult anymore. Of like rabid fanatics. Now they followed the way of the original Eldar in 40k, because they've become goon cults at this point. Every time there is content drought in Final Fantasy, every time there is content drought in Final Fantasy, even for one fucking day, I'll just say it in the most polite way I can, but the nightclub business is booming. The nightclub business is is booming, okay? And you don't want to know what kind of you know stuff goes on in there, because it used to be more pure, I suppose, but over time, people seek more and more pleasure in various different ways that are way too wild for me. Let me say that. ANet would have to go through its area of its map and update them. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but you know what? All they need to do is decouple hearts from the gift of exploration. All they need to do is decouple them. That's it. I'm not asking for them to change shit, you know? Decouple them and then ask for like 4 events per map. That's it. Do 4 events per map, you're done. That's it. Not fucking 13 hearts, 10 of which are like weird shit, you know? Weird time gated bullshit. You wait for mines to respawn so that you can disarm them, like some crap like that. Like, it's hilariously bad, honestly. But hey, I don't expect them to rewrite the whole core area, but they could decouple the hearts and then just put in like, yeah, just do some events and you're gone. You pass, you know? That's it. If there has to be something, let it be fucking events. But yeah, I don't know. Now for the new engine thing, it so okay. At least World maps aren't required for 100% completion. Yeah, at least there's that. Which also goes to say that, like, to show, not to say, it goes to show that if they wanted to, they could decouple the hearts from the gift, from 100% exploration. They could do that, for sure. It was wild. Damn. I'm glad I fucking missed it. Um, but yeah, the possible graphics upgrade, I don't think so. I would love it, but I don't think so. But then again, you never fucking know, right? Um, the reason I don't think so is that wouldn't they first go for DX12 or something? They recently, well, not recently, the last few years, at one point, they went to DX11, right? And ever since, we never heard anything about like any other upgrade. Yeah, it was when EOD came out. You're right. Until then, we were using like everyone was using that strange little hack that allowed you to use DX12. It was pretty cool. It gave me a lot of FPS back then, actually. But so I don't know. I haven't heard. I haven't read anywhere that they would be interested in upgrading it, moving it to Unreal Engine. And mind you, it would be like a huge task to do, right? It would be possible. Technically, it's possible, of course, but it would take an effort. It would definitely take an effort. So I'm not so sure if it's something they want to do. I personally would fucking love it, obviously, but yeah. I mean, I don't like World versus World either too much, but there is something about it that as a casual layer. So what I do in World versus World, and I don't know, it's kind of fun in its own way. Is like I take my partner and we take a friend because with less than three it sucks. But if you have 3 people, then you can just harass a little bit in the sense of like you can go and capture some shit, some small shit, and you just do that, and then you look at your watch and it's like 2 hours later, and you're like, oh, okay, well that worked out kinda, you know, got a gift of battle or whatever, and a couple of clovers and some XP points, and yeah, that was okay. And then occasionally you also find a blob, of course, which goes for like the big castle anyway, or the keeps, and then you join them, and it's like whatever, okay, sure, it works out, you know. And to give you an understanding of like how casual I am about it, I'm using like my raid builds and my raid gear. I don't care. It's like it's whatever. I have actually killed people. I have in fact killed people with PvE build. It's nice. It feels good. Um, I distinctly remember liking. Believe it or not, I liked Spectre A Heal, the raid build. I brought that. I brought that to World versus World as my group's healer. And hey, you know what? It worked. It kind of worked, and then it got nerfed. And I feel partially responsible because, quite honestly, I must have been the only person like playing a fucking Spectre healer, in fucking World versus World. But it was fun. Um, and you have dedicated alts. Down, okay. But like, why? So why not builds though? Right? Why are you creating I never understood that. I have a friend, I have somebody in my group. Um, and they constantly delete and remake characters for World versus World. Seriously, they just constantly remake them for the name and for I don't know. I don't understand it honestly. I don't fucking understand it. Uh, because fashion wars, but can't you have though? I guess. Well, I guess yeah. Okay, never mind. I was gonna argue that maybe you can have like on your main character, you can have like an equipment slot with like your world versus world appearance and gear. Because of legendary gear, I can make a new character and fully gear it. Yeah, but it's still a new character though, isn't it? Damn, I have this weird mentality where I can't do that. Like I have two characters in Guild Wars, and both of them I'm pretty much in love with them, and that's my warrior and my thief. That alone must tell you how stupid I am. Okay, and after that though, I have like seven more alts, and I don't give a shit about them. I park them somewhere, and maybe every 2 3 days I just log in and collect stuff, and that's it. I don't even want to like look at them to be honest. But I did kind of think, I have a necro. Maybe I want to like use it a little bit, yes. But that's like the farthest I've gotten. That's the farthest I've gotten. I could never understand people who actively play like 5 vaults or something. You know, not that it's bad or anything. Maybe it's actually awesome, but I personally just never could wrap my head around it. Like, I think it has to do with completion as well. Because if I decide I like a character, then I want them to have done everything. I want them to have done every raid. I want them to have done like every fucking jumping puzzle. So, maybe I'm a little bit fucked up like that. I don't know, in my head. So it's difficult for me to say, okay, let me also play my Necro. Let me also play my Mesmer. I'm like, no, I don't want to like have to complete shit with them. Yeah, the different character for different purpose. I hear you on that one. Okay. I get it. I really do get it. It's just, I'm not capable of doing it. Like mentally, I'm just inferior. I'm just mentally inferior. Brain is wired differently. Okay, I'm sorry. See, that's something that I loved in Final Fantasy. Oh, shut up. Shut up. And yes, that's the problem. So you see how it's a problem now for me to have more than two main characters. Like, I can't. I cannot because they will have to do everything. I'm gonna have to invest time in like clearing some map metas, all the cards, as I said, like everything, literally. If there's something to do, they should have done it. Yeah, but you're saying, wait a minute, when you're saying 100%, do you mean Corteria, like the typical gift of exploration 100%? Is that what you mean? Yeah, no, listen. Nah, that's cheating. Because when I speak about completing everything with my mains, I mean everything. Like everything. Every expansion, every fucking living world, everything. So as you understand, it's for me to pick a third character, whether it will be Necro or Mesmer, I would have to I would have to really commit. I would have to really, really commit. And I'm not ready yet. You have two characters like that working on third. It's kind of like where I'm standing right now. That's kind of like where I'm standing right now as well. Two characters with everything done up to date. And then I'm flirting with the idea of Necro, like bringing it up to date. But I don't know. I don't know really. You did every map, core and DLC on 4? Oh my god, you guys are fucking beasts. You're units. You're savages. Yeah, I think that would drive me crazy. Not because it's bad, but because, the repetition would kill me, honestly. But that's something, as I said, something that I respected from Final Fantasy was the fact that you can do everything on one character, like every single class. That was a really good, a good gimmick to have actually for an MMO. I really like that. Like that to me is almost as good a selling point as gear being always relevant or progress being always relevant. You say for Guild Wars, uh, gear will always be relevant. There is no power creep, there's no gear creep. That's a good selling point, right? I think saying that you can do everything on one character is maybe a notch below that as a selling point. It's a very strong one, actually. It's a very strong point for me, for people like me who just don't want alts. Playing a second character because they released Dragon Tales. Elaborate, what do you mean? Are we talking Final Fantasy or just Guild Wars now? Because my mind is going directly into Guild Wars because of the cosmetic of the Dragon Tail. More characters you have, the more B-Day gifts. Yeah, that's why I keep them. I would have fucking deleted them, but that's why I keep them. Like two of them are turning 10. Another is turning 9. Another is also 9, and then I have some lower ones. So I wouldn't delete them. If Final Fantasy had a cat, then they had dragons. It's much more annoying to make an alt view, but you can raise chains. Here is the thing: you can raise chains. So basically, yes, you can do everything on one character, including being a completely different race for as long as you fucking want. I'm telling you, it's a strong point. It's a good selling point. I have to say, it's a good selling point. Then again, races in Final Fantasy are just cosmetics anyway, in the sense that nothing really changes, and I mean nothing changes, which is also why it's so easy for them to just allow players to switch whenever they want. Because there's no backstory, there's no like personal story, there's nothing of significance, no extra dialogues. As far as I know, it's all the same. So yeah, Altsar what kept me interested in Guild Wars 2. Hey, okay, that's interesting. So you're coming from the opposite perspective. What tales? You have to. Okay, you're gonna have to elaborate. What tales change? What does that even mean? Oh my god, I feel stupid for not like. Is that a joke? I don't know. I'm done. I'm cooked. Tails change, huh? Well, you can use mods for that, and other people see you modded, provided you connect with them. So you can also like just which okay, so that is a point of like controversy. But excluding the weird stuff, you can do some nice stuff with mods when it comes to your appearance. Or you can overdo it and become what was known and still is known as a mod beast. Become a complete mod, complete mod beast in Final Fantasy. I would show you some examples, but like honestly, I think that then I'll get banned, I guess. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, if you for some reason, which I'll be honest, I don't even know what reason that would be. If you for some reason wanted an alt in Final Fantasy, you're screwed. Because fuck the main quest and fuck questing and world exploration in Final Fantasy. Hmm. I see. Yeah, okay, then it would be a problem, I guess, for you because yeah, catching up is just oof. It is oof. You know what else? But you know what else? Guild Wars could literally copy from Final Fantasy, and I would be very happy if they did that, and it will have zero fucking negative consequences. If they took the glamplate system, so basically decouple the skins from the stats, meaning that you can have you got like your gear builds, right? Your gear sets, and you have like let's say 3 or 4 or whatever you've bought, right? Above that, there should be like an extra row of tabs, which preferably free, which are just saved appearances that you can then apply to any gear set that you're wearing. That would be amazing if they ripped it off from Final Fantasy. That would be amazing. Even the ability to save, appearances. No, you can't. You can't. You can't really. No, it's not the same. If I was still subscribed to Final Fantasy, I would log in and show you what I mean, and show you the difference with Guild Wars. But no, it's not even close. It's like in Guild Wars, it's pretty annoying, honestly. Yes, you can have your gear sets have different appearances, but what if you want to have multiple appearances for one gear set, for example? You see what I mean? Like where the problems begin. Because then you have to manually go and change the appearance of each item, and then if you're bored of that, well, you've not saved anything. You haven't saved your previous appearance. It's a bit of a mess. Yeah, ask them. Ask them. They're gonna tell you. Okay, so I I can't I can't give you an example, but trust me, it's not the same. I also have legendary. I don't know who you think you're talking to. No, no, but for real, I do have 3 sets, and I do have all the runes, all the sigils, and the relic, and basically everything on me is legendary right now, except weapons. I don't fucking touch weapons. I don't touch weapons except the spear, the trident, and the harpoon gun. Those are the only legendaries I did, and I'm not gonna do any other legendaries ever. Perhaps you can have the same gear set on different tabs with different. Yeah, yeah, you can do that, but then it's the same gear. You see what I mean? So it's very limiting. And also, you still haven't saved other appearances that you may want to use in the future. Maybe you make something up and you're like, okay, maybe I don't want to use that now, but I want it to be somewhere so I can actually paste it over if I want to at one point in the future. So that is like that's the thing. And also, you have to pay for your gear sets, right? Because initially you only get 3. Yeah, fashion templates. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, call them fashion templates. It would be so easy, right? They could really do it, but for some reason they're not doing it. They could really do it. But I can't fault our internet because at least, at least they listened with people like, continuously calling out for fucking emotes. And at least we're getting emotes. I mean, yeah, you have to pay for them, but hey, you have to pay them, in Final Fantasy, and that's a sub game. That's a fucking subscription game. I still have to fucking pay for some emotes. So I don't blame ArenaNet for having, emotes cost gems, for example. I don't mind it. It's fine, whatever. At least they listen and get more. So that's something. Now they just have to do fashion templates. Damn. But none of that matters because the game is dead, as we all know, according to every fucking content creator is dead. And Guild Wars 3 is coming out tomorrow. I don't know if you caught me earlier, but yeah, I was I'm personally developing, I'm overseeing the development of 10. That's, yeah, Guild Wars 10. In my fucking basement. And if you want, if you send me some money, I will, maybe I will reserve an NPC name for you. Hey, just send me some money. Just trust me, bro. Just trust me. When it comes out, you're gonna see an NPC with your name there. I'll feature you in the credits, okay? Pay $100, you're gonna be featured in the credits, buddy. It's okay, don't worry. Oh my god, fucking Gear 3. Yeah, gotta delete it already. I keep logging in and having fun on it. Yeah, true, true. I mean, as I'm coding it right now, as I'm fucking working on it, I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking it's just I can't really publish it because if I do, um, well then people will get addicted, like that character AI application, right, where people are getting addicted to that now. I don't want to do that, so I think I'll just probably keep Guild Wars 10 as a pet project. You guys already have 3 anyways, so what do you want 10 for? It's already out anyways. Yeah, of course. It's it's not even. I've done this. Let me show you. You know what? I will. One sec. I'll show you. This is how I'm gonna market it. Yeah, I'll bring the X back. Don't worry. Just give me a second, and I'll show you. It's gonna be tight. You'll see. So I'm gonna do it like this. Wait, where's the? There we go. There we go. And mind you, this is top secret. Don't even tell anyone that this is true. It's gonna be it's gonna be like Guild Wars, right? Like this. And in fact, it's gonna be this is gonna be like this. All right. And then the X will be there. What do you think about that? This shit is coming out tomorrow. Yeah, there's gonna be at least here, right? I think it's pretty cool. I think that's what I'm gonna use. Cap, yeah, damn. I gotta get some water. I'll be right back. I have to hydrate. Okay, I'm back. And of course, needless to say, to cover the needs of the modern player, um, obviously it's gonna be a subscription game. Obviously, it's gonna have microtransactions in the shop and like season passes, 1000%. And then the most important feature, my selling point for for Guild Wars 10 is going to be Laven's remote compatibility for for the needs of because I need to listen to make money. I'm gonna need to somehow draw in the crowds from Final Fantasy. How am I gonna do that without Laven's like compatibility? It's just impossible. But don't you worry, it's gonna have that. Trust me, bro. It's gonna have that. Oh my god. Anyway, damn, that was like it was really cool chatting with you two, and I'm glad I found like reasonable Guild Wars 2 players. Holy shit! Because aside from my group that we do stuff together in the game, I often feel like we talk about Final Fantasy having a weird player base, right? But Guild Wars is also pretty fucking weird, in my opinion. I don't even know where to start with that. So it's a big can of worms that I might not want to open right now. But that's my opinion, at least. I picture the future of games like that Simpsons episode. I mean, isn't that like Raid Shadow Legends and everything else like that? And also Assassin's Creed. Isn't the new Assassin's Creed like selling you basically map completion and resources? Yeah, this is very close to what you're saying. Anyways, it's very very close. Pretty crazy. Damn. Well, 1 year later, though, just to put it back on track, 1 year later from this post, and the ripples are still going. Like people are still going. Yeah, no, it's coming. It's coming. It's like the second coming of Guild Wars. Like guys, it's 3 is coming out. Like socially, it's interesting. Though I can see that perhaps more than half of it is because it's catchy, right? It's like if I go out right now and make a video in which I'm saying like Guild Wars 3 is coming out and all that, I'm gonna get views. I'm gonna get comments under the video about a lot of people who agree with that. I'm gonna get more interest because people are gonna be asking about it in the comments. They're gonna be sharing their opinion about it in the comments. As long as I enable it. So I can definitely see that perhaps some of these content creators don't even believe it, and they're just like going, yeah, yeah, I'll say it because everyone says it, and it stirs interest. Elder Scrolls 6 will come out, and damn. Elder Scrolls 6, right? Um, what is your take? Can they do what Skyrim did again with the mods and everything? Can they do that again, you think? I think they can't. I think at best you're looking at something like Fallout 4, but medieval. At best. The engine hit the limits with Starfield. Yeah, but Skyrim mods though, that's unlimited power. That is truly unlimited power. That Skyrim is still fucking relevant through modding. So that's kind of like what I'm asking. Do you think they can repeat like this appeal and this interest and how open it was to modifications and all that shit? That's the thing. I don't think they can do that again. I don't think they're gonna go for that. That's why I'm saying it's gonna probably be like Fallout 4 at most. Yeah, I don't think they can do it. I think Skyrim. I know that Morrowind. You know, you gotta pay respect. Like Morrowind, Oblivion. Yeah, okay, but Skyrim with mods was fucking lightning in a bottle for real. It was fucking lightning in a bottle. I don't think they can recapture this shit. The memes, the mods, like everything about it was literally fucking epic. Memorable lines, memorable NPCs, like the bugs were amazing, the mods are amazing. Everything worked for that game. I don't know. Everything fucking worked for that game. Morrowind, huh? Like Morrowind is bleak. That's my problem with it. I think visually or aesthetically I prefer like Oblivion. But yeah, getting lost in Skyrim and just playing, I guess, just fucking gaming, is one of the most defining gaming experiences, at least for me. It is absolutely defining. Like you have to fucking do it. Yeah, it is very mature. I will agree. It is quite mature in its themes. Well, yes and no, because for example, in my mod setup, I had several, not several, perhaps three or four, let's say a handful, right? A handful of mods that decoupled the main quest and paced it properly, and gave opportunities to voluntarily progress it or keep it where it is, and shit like that. And it was chef's kiss, honestly. I think one of them was called At Your Own Pace, and another one complementary to it was called The Choice Is Yours. And combined, they created this interesting experience where you don't have to worry about the admittedly short plot dragging you by the nose. And then you could combine it with like alternate beginning modes. And, as a whole, they gave you like a pretty free experience, like immersively free, experience. You could just pick a start that suits you, like mercenary or like a fucking, you know, tavern owner or anything else, a merchant or whatever, and you just start there. And you just go on your merry way and try to make a life or whatever. It's pretty interesting. I personally can't play without those anymore. Hmm. Damn, 2 hours, huh? I intended for this to be like 20 minutes. How dare you be offering me interesting conversations, like both of you? You should really be ashamed of yourself. You should really be ashamed of yourself. How dare you? You are? Okay. Wait, for this reason or do you have other sins? You both ashamed? Oh my god, okay. Now I feel kind of bad. Oh no, sorry. Damn it. Okay. Don't worry, I forgive you, okay? But you're on thin ice. You better you better measure your words from now on. You better only say like hi and like I'm good, how are you? And that's it. Damn. So what other MMOs have you guys played? Like I know that that you mentioned like World of Warcraft, but neither of you has tried Final Fantasy from what I see, if I remember correctly, right? You did? What made you all right, so my question to you then, Kuro Hacks, is what made you drop it? Fuck subs? Yeah, fuck subs, I agree. Fuck subs. Like the only way I would try a new MMO right now, if a new MMO came out right now, right? The only way that I would try a new MMO is if all of the content, raids included, scaled to your group. So the classes of the group, a number of people, like everything, every single thing, the dungeons, the raids, everything, just adjusted to your group. Because I'm so fucking done with the whole fucking, you know, you need a healer, you need this, you need that, and then also you gotta be this many players. Like I don't vibe with this shit. It's too much. So when Veni says in chronological order, it's Silk Road. Silk Road. Holy Silk Road. Okay, Cabal. I've only heard of that one. Guild Wars. I never played Guild Wars the original. Eve. Oh my god, you're crazy. Guild Wars 2, okay, Black Desert Online, so you are really crazy. And then back to Eve, just to confirm that you're like you're insane. And then Guild Wars, okay. Cool, cool. Mine is not as mine is weird. It's like World of Warcraft. Wait, first was the forthcoming. Don't even look that up. It's yeah, the forthcoming, okay? It was Ultima Online. For 16, 17 years of that, actually. At one point, World of Warcraft, and I was a GM uh, in Darkfall Online, and then it was like Final Fantasy and Guild Wars, like kind of mixed in there. And then also at one point, I tried that weird Asian MMO, Aura Kingdom. I think I tried Blade and Soul as well for a month. I just nah. It had some cool stuff, but like I wasn't vibing with it, honestly. And and then I also played the original official. I was playing on the official servers of Lineage 2 for quite a while. And then Kuro says it started feeling like a chore, like World of Warcraft. I don't want to have to reset every update. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. Because I was gonna say that this is like my second, let's say, requirement for me to try another MMO. It would have to have a gear system similar to Guild Wars. It would have to have that. Like I can't be chasing gear every fucking 4 months or something. I just no, I don't want that. Skins, sure. Gear, nah. Aura Kingdom was insane. Aura Kingdom was the closest I've paid, well, played, but also paid, to a completely, pay to win MMO. It had like everything in the book, everything bad was in there. Microtransactions, yeah, you bet. Fucking gacha, you fucking bet. It was pretty crazy. Fucking gambling to get skins, like it was pretty crazy. Every piece of gear you had at least like 4 different types of upgrades. You were grinding for days for swiping to get the components, swiping your sweet card. Me, you online. I didn't play that. I know it. I know it, but I haven't played it. Eve was insane. Like I never touched Eve because of all the horror stories I've been hearing over the years. Ever since it launched, it was like horror story after horror story about how grindy it is. So nah, I skipped it. Hmm. What are you saying there? World of Warcraft, I didn't mind the gear grind at first, but grinding 5 days for the match, supplying in 2 days raid. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how I felt too. And you played Eve for years, and whatever I've heard is worse. Oh my god. Hey Neris, you came just in time because I was gonna say BRB. I'm gonna be right back. I'm missing out by not playing Eve. Oh god, yeah, but the link didn't work for me. That's okay though. Oh my god, I'm now curious, but never mind. Yeah, I mean, Fractals is okay. Fractals is fine. That's why I also like the Mythic Plus in World of Warcraft. Because, you could get your keys and then get your friends together and then just do a dungeon and keep doing it. See how far you go. It's kind of something to do. It's reasons to engage with like the games like combat mechanics, which honestly they weren't that bad. Like if I wanted something for Guild Wars when it comes to that, right now, at the top of my wish list would be tanking. Yeah, I would like Guild Wars to have some kind of aggro management, and I would like it to be more active. So basically closer to World of Warcraft than closer to Final Fantasy, you know? Oh, I didn't mention. I've played two other MMOs. I've played what's the fucking name of that shit? Uh, Come on. The Secret World. I've played the Secret World, both versions, so the original and the Secret World Legends version, which was, let's not talk about that. And I've also played, which it counts, okay? I don't care what you're saying, it counts. PlanetSide 2, because that was an MMO FPS, but it was very much an MMO. Sure, PvP, oriented. Obviously, there's no PvE in it, but like, it's still an MMO. It's like, it is an MMO for sure. It counts, I think. Played that for like 8, 10 years. It was nice. Something I could just log into and just kill people and then also die, and it was fun. It was okay. Capture territory and whatnot. It was interesting. No count? Of course it counts. What do you mean? Of course it counts. It is an MMO FPS. It literally is. Come now. Be reasonable. But yeah, I think the trashiest I've played was uh oh my god, are you okay. Okay, I see how it is. Who makes the rules? What do you mean? What do you mean? There's only two distinct possibilities. Either I'm making the rules because it's my stream, in which case you're both outlaws, or you're trying to make the rules and hide the fact. Damn. Are you like, are we having a null freak situation right here? Are we having like a Stormcloak situation? Are you gonna like usurp my power in my own stream? Some might call you a hero, but would a hero wouldn't shout their opponent to death. I'm just warning you right now. You're gonna be hated. You're gonna start a war. Don't do it. Which, by the way, did you pick Imperials or Stormcloaks or neither? What kind of individuals am I dealing with here? MMOs draw a line somewhere. Too many people trying to call things MMOs. All right, I'm gonna address that. I agree. In general, I agree. That's true. However, PlanetSide was in fact an MMO. So it had a persistent open world. You logged into your character, right? It wasn't just selecting a soldier and going for a match. It was a persistent world. You could travel across like four of them. Um, it was mostly so. What it was closer to world versus world in Guild Wars because you had like three factions. Well, four later, um, and they were like fighting for for conquest of the maps of the continents, let's say, and conquering a continent also gave you some bonuses and shit. And then the other guys were trying to do the same, and yeah, it was. And as for massive, it definitely was massive. That's what she said. Spiffing breed. That's what you're referring to with Spiff? Yeah. It was cool. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it still is, to be honest. I just don't play anymore. Battle Royale MMOs because it's a 100.1 server. Yeah. No. Planet Side was very close. Was an actual MMO. I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill for sure. It is considered an MMO for sure. It's just an FPS MMO, and it is focused on PvP more than PvE. Yeah, just give me a pass. What the hell? Don't be so rough on me. We just met. Okay, it's first base. Jesus, can be rough later. Build it up a little, you know. Just don't be so rough like immediately. And you picked both. Hmm. Both, huh? Yeah, you picked both, but which one are you though? Like, which one would you support? That's the thing. Everyone picks both just to see, but you end up like supporting one or the other in the end. You're not in game, but like as a person. I personally was, and still am in every playthrough. I'm Imperial. Every fucking playthrough. It's just I don't know. I disagree with fucking Ulfric and his boys. Exactly. Fucking yeah. Thank you. You get it. You fucking get it. Thank you. You fucking get it. Okay. Cool. Whoever picks Stormcloaks is such a fucking edgelord, like rebel without a cause, and very deep into fucking Nord porn, which is what I call you know how there is like military porn. Yeah, that kind of thing where you basically have a fucking massive hard on for anything Viking like for the aesthetic. Yeah. So only edgelords like that, or edgelord rebels like that, pick fucking Stormcloaks. Because politically, I think they're just like, nah. That's basically what you said. Oh my god. Kuro, did you pick fucking Stormcloak? I'd like that I see it's in Valhalla. Wow, okay. Okay, I see. Well, you made an exception for me, so I can make an exception for you, okay? I had a friend who was crazy about Valheim, was trying to get me into it. I couldn't. I was too weak. I'm just thinking that like people will be checking the stream, seeing like about Guild Wars 3, and here we are fucking arguing Imperials versus Stormcloaks and like Valheim and Eve Online. I was gonna play V Rising. When it comes to like survival games, I just for some time I was really hooked on the idea of V Rising without having tried it, and then eventually I was like, maybe I should. It just never happened. I don't know. It just literally never happened for some reason. But I think it's the only kind of like survival thingy that I would try. Of that genre anyway. I mean, it's almost obligatory, right? Because I'm goth, and I'm a bit edgy as well. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it was gonna be that for me, but then it wasn't for no particular reason. I think I just decided not to do it. Oh, I think I bought. I think I bought like, or I was gifted rather, Diablo 4 instead of it. Diablo 4 is basically, yeah, Diablo 4. I'll tell you what it is. It's fucking Minesweeper. That's what it is. It's, well, you're basically playing Minesweeper. Like the gameplay so far, over 50 levels I've done, is you step on a mine and then you die. That's the gameplay. Avoid the mines on the floor and you're okay. And it is extremely annoying to me. Like I don't like it, honestly. I don't like that gameplay. You're there happily slaughtering like a mob of trash, and you're like, okay, that slaps. I can vibe to that. And then there is something under your feet which you haven't noticed because there's like a billion effects going off, and it explodes, and then you're dead. And you're like, not again. Like for real. Money Grab 4 is very correct as well. I hated the fact that it had a shop, or has a shop. Fucking horse armor ornament, dog skins, skins for your pet, your dog, or whatever it is in the start. Armor sets. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And the skills are just not that interesting, to me at least. The kills and classes are just not that interesting. Path of Exile. I mean, my problem with Path of Exile is, listen, my only problem with it is that it has gender lock. And honestly, gender lock in 2025 is like, what? What the fuck are you doing? What kind of choice is that? In an ARPG, fucking gender lock? Or in an MMO as well. I don't remember. There was like one MMO that came out recently that was like gender locked as well. Like the classes were gender locked. But mechanically, I will say that Path of Exile 2 looks extremely sweet, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna go into it just because, um, just because of principle. Like I'm not gonna like give money for a gender locked game. Recent MMO with gender Tarisland. No, I've heard of that one, but no, I was thinking more like with was it Black Desert that was gender locked? Is that the one that I remember that was like a famous MMO, but like yeah. Like the moment I found out it's gender locked, I was like, nah, never trying that. Sorry. Never gonna try that. Or was it some other kind of shit? I don't remember. I think Lost Ark also was gender locked, I think, for the classes. I'm not sure. I didn't play Lost Ark anyway. Like I lost interest in that like before it even came out. I kind of saw it coming. Wait, Lost Ark is not out? Oh, you're talking about the one that you talked about. Okay. For a moment, I was like, am I tripping? Yeah. No, I get it. For a moment, I thought you were talking about Lost Ark, and I was like, wait, what? What's happening? Oh, God. All right. Here's what we're going to do. This has been a delightful conversation, and you've been a joy to talk to, both of you. And Neris, of course, even though Neris just is at work, I think, still. So no talk. But yeah, you've been all like pretty cool, and I really appreciate that. Thanks for the follow again, Kuro, by the way. Um, yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. I'll probably there's you follow too, Lito? Thank you. Damn. Okay. Thanks for the rant. Yeah, I mean, I needed to vent some fucking steam as well. It's insane, and I hope that like I will never have to fucking talk about this again. But yeah, tomorrow, I mean, either I will have like amazing news, or I will have news that will be very very sad. So definitely, I'll have to stream to give an update on that one because it will affect, or it can, not it will, affect my ability to stream as well. So I don't want that because it might also include like fucking going homeless. We'll see. It's a pivotal point for sure. So yeah, it's very likely that I will stream tomorrow. Like chill and give an update on that one, and maybe even play some Wars properly this time. We'll see. We'll see. But thanks though. It's been really nice. And I guess I don't know. Like I guess for my outro, I'll just use my camera too because I need to get used to it. And I cheated today. I could have been like using my camera all the time, but you enabled me to not do it. By having this cool conversation, I kind of like lost track and I didn't use my camera, so it's your fault basically. 100%. It's what it is. You shouldn't have been that interesting as to distract me. Damn, I hope I didn't have any vegetables from the noodles I had on my teeth. Oh my god, now I have to check. Wait. Ah, no, it's fine. There you go. Mm, perfect smile. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too much of a fan of like vegetables, but there are phases where I go like, yeah, I have to have it. I have to have like and then I go on a fucking spree of just like eating vegetables. I don't know, it's weird. And then I miss meat again, so it just yeah. Anyway, that doesn't matter. So, I will leave for now and I will see you tomorrow, okay? Or whenever you're around anyways. I usually stream Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, but these have been exceptional circumstances. And tomorrow especially. Tomorrow might fuck me. Might fuck me sideways. I don't want that. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here and keeping me company, okay? I really appreciate it. And so for now, I'm going to leave you. Don't forget to don't forget to pre-order Guild Wars 3. Yeah, I was about to say, you see? I'm responsibly informing you, like, don't forget to pre-order because it's coming out like in 3 weeks now. I think it's your last chance to pre-order right now. You're gonna get like if you pre-order, you're gonna get like those new cool weapon skins and armor skins, like a cloak with my face on it. Trust me. Don't you always want like a cape with my face on it? I think you need to download a new bank. I don't think that one is working. I'm sorry. I think you need to download a new bank. Just like they ruin your chances with the prince. Down. Oh my god. Or the oil company chances, those were also sweet. Yeah, I missed a lot of those too because of my bank trying to scam me, trying to stop me actively from building a life for myself. Damn. Have you ever been called, like before I go, completely irrelevant, but like since you mentioned that, has either of you been called by like PayPal, quote unquote? Have you had that yet? Get that call and and there's like a pre-recorded message and it's like, hey, press 1 to talk to a representative of PayPal. And then it's like it's it's just one Indian guy just going like, excuse me, yeah, scam mail for sure, yeah. But I was getting calls at one point. It was fucking wild. It was fucking wild. It's late. Where are you from, guys, by the way, if you don't mind me asking? I'll go first. I'm from Greece. So right now it's like 6 o'clock in the evening. Quarter to 6 to be exact. If it's late for you, I have to assume like not Europe. It cannot be UK or Europe. Japan. This isn't this insane? Like okay, so I've never talked to a Japanese person, by the way. Hi. You're the first Japanese person I talked to. This is like so fucking cool. And I'm Greek. Like, what's the chance that you would stumble on a Greek fucking stream? Yeah, the internet is pretty wild. It's awesome sometimes. Ah, okay. Well, I mean, it still counts basically. It still counts because by now you have like your citizenship there and everything, right? So you must like if you're saying when you were young, then I assume. Yes, small world, isn't it? It's pretty crazy. I had plans to move to Japan at one point. My uncle was well, he had business there. Him being what do you call that? Where he was giving lectures at the university. some tech related stuff. So he was a lector, I suppose. Is that the word? At some university there, it had to do with like app development and some other weird shit. And so the plan was that eventually I would join him there, but that never flew. That never happened. We kind of fell apart, and yeah, that was never a chance. At breakover, fuck. Did you catch me when I asked you guys where you're from, Venny? Didn't catch you this time, huh? UK, huh? Cool. Okay. Ads here are weird. You seem to be getting them more often than perhaps you should be getting them. Is that like a local thing? Regularly every 30. That is odd. I'm gonna check my settings again. I'm pretty sure I put them at like every 45 minutes you get like 2.5 minutes of ads or something. Yeah, unfortunately, there isn't any good setting for it. Like the only way you can avoid ads is either by using an ad block, I guess. Maybe that works. Or, well, the other solution, I'm not gonna offer it because it's gonna sound like I'm peddling myself. But there is no off button, and that's for sure. I've searched. You cannot turn them off, unfortunately. I mean, as a streamer, I can't like do that. Filthy peddler. Yeah, I almost whenever somebody says that, I'm like, filthy something. I'm always going like filthy and wah. Remember that from fucking Morrowind, like filthy and wah. Oh my god. Everybody calling you an Enwa. Outlander. Yeah, I think they would either refer to you as, well, if they were angry, they were gonna be like Enwa or whatever. But I think otherwise they refer to you as either Outlander or they would mention where you're from. So if you were playing a Red Guard, it would be like, hi there, Red Guard, or what do you want, Red Guard? That kind of thing. Damn, Morrowind racist confirmed. Oh my god. All right, so I did thank you for watching, and it's been awesome, and I hope to see you more on my stream. But other than that, I gotta thank you, and then also fuck off myself because yeah, I'll just chill a little bit and consider my options for tomorrow. So thanks to everyone for watching, but especially Venirto and Kuro Hacks. All right, have an awesome day, both of you, or an awesome sleep if you're going for that, which you should if it's late there. And yeah, I'll catch you soon. Okay. All right. Well, kisses then, and I'll catch you. Bye bye.